Alright lads, CFC Vlog here and welcome to another weekend roundup. I'm in the midst of uploading the CFC match review, and for this double upload I'm going to upload another video which is the weekend roundup. So here come, and let's just get straight into the results. First game was the 12 o'clock kickoff on BT Sport. It was Arsenal vs Crystal Palace. I did the 3-0 win for Arsenal. It actually ended up being a 2-0 win. Palace actually playing fairly well, not enough to get the win at the end of the day because they didn't take their chance. They didn't create enough chances, but they definitely held off. They definitely gave Arsenal a good game, a lot better game than Arsenal I think were expecting. Maybe with the right manager they can, but they just don't look. Again, they just lack. You always need to survive in the Premier League. You need an out-and-out goal scorer. You need a person who's going to score for you constantly, week in, week out. And Palace just don't have that at the moment. They don't have an out-and-out goal scoring striker. Gal's a waste of 6 million in my opinion. He's an average player, but he's not a top goal scorer in the Premier League. And Shamak he just looked poor again against Arsenal, and you'd hope that against your old club it would kind of come back and help you. It would kind of give you a bit of incentive, but he just didn't look good at all. He lacked so much quality for me. It was an Arsenal penalty, and Arsenal were actually down to 10 men. And it was fair enough, last man, and I think the referee made the right decision in the end because it was last man. But Arsenal still ran out 2-0 winners, and that just shows that. And Arsenal didn't look at their best at all, but the fact that they can not look their best and still grind out a result is a good sign for Arsenal, and I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans will be happy with that because that's one thing they've been lacking over the last couple of years. When they've been playing well, they play brilliantly and they get the win, but when they don't play so well, they never seem to get that win, and that's something that they've just got here. So it's a step in the right direction again for Arsenal. Next game, in talking more steps in the right direction, Man United versus Stoke. Man United finally getting that all-important win. They beat Stoke 3-2. Bit of controversy surrounding that, as there was talks of Javier Hernandez should have got sent off. In my opinion, it would have been fairly harsh to send him off. Wouldn't have surprised me. I've seen them tackles been sent off before, but I would say it'd be slightly harsh if he ended up getting sent off for that. And he actually ended up going on and scoring the winning goal, hence the controversy. But Man United probably deserved the win in the end. They played good. Played well at times. Rooney again having another good game. Van Persie again in the scoring. It's all the kind of things you expect from a good Man United performance, and to grind and the resilience. It looks like resilience you'd seen from Sir Alex Ferguson team, which is what David Moyes will be looking for. He'll be looking forward to them to do similar things to what they did under Sir Alex Ferguson because it was so good. Moving on to the next game, it was a ball draw at Norwich. Norwich vs Cardiff City. Up to 1-1 draw. It actually finished 0-0. Not much to say about that game. On to the next game. Liverpool versus West Bromwich Albion. Up to 2-0 win. It actually ended up being a 4-1 win after a masterclass from SAS. Again, some quality goals in there. 2 headers of sheer class and a lovely finish from Suarez, and then that beautiful chip from Sturridge is what made the difference. And Suarez has just looked amazing since he's come back from suspension. Sturridge has looked amazing this whole season. Liverpool are a force to be reckoned with. Whether they'll still be up there at the beginning of the season, I don't know, but they'll definitely be challenging for that top 4 place. Next game was Aston Villa versus Everton, the battle of the Belgians. Yes, that'll do. And Lukaku came out on top, 2-0 to Everton. I predicted a 3-2 win for Everton, but it was 2-0. Lukaku getting one of the goals. Can't remember exactly who got the other goal. Very poor research from me there. but still, and from what I remember, Everton probably deserved the win. Aston Villa didn't create that many chances. So yeah, not much else to say about that game. Moving on to the next game, Southampton versus Fulham. Southampton running out 2-0 winners. Again, not really much to say about that game. You'd expect more from Fulham coming off a very confidence-boosting 4-1 win at Selhurst Park. But nonetheless, Southampton, who have looked incredibly impressive this season, I think they're in third place now. Or were, at least when that result went in. And they might have gone back down to fourth or fifth. But they've looked very impressive this season. Will they finish in Europa League in Europe places? Still, it's hard to tell. But they'll definitely be challenging. And the next game, we got another exact prediction, lads. I predicted 2-1 to Sunderland. It was 2-1 to Sunderland. Gus Poyet's first game at Stadium of Light ended in a great win over Newcastle in the Tyneside derby. And it was a fair enough result. They really grinded out that result. Absolute effort and they really went for it. They really wanted to play well for Gus Poyet and do well for Gus Poyet. And the passion shown by Gus Poyet was very not good. And with Gus Poyet's record over Newcastle, that's kind of the reasons why I predicted Sunderland to get the win, and they did get the win. And this could be the kind of the way they can get back to kind of winning ways and maybe stay up. But it's still hard to tell so early on in the season. A very difficult job for Gus Poyet, but they have been lifted up the bottom as with that win, as they've gone on to 4 points, which takes them above Crystal Palace, who are now rock bottom of the Premier League. Next game was Chelsea versus Manchester City. I predicted this to be a 1-0 for Chelsea. It was actually a 2-1 for Chelsea. Again, fairly deserved. They grinded out a result. Man City didn't look terrible. Aguero's still in fantastic form. But a mistake between Hart and Natasic cost Man City the draw. Hart came running out of his goal, God knows why. He didn't need to do that. Natasic not listening, not enough communication between the goalkeeper and centre-back. Natasic's head did it to where he thought Hart was. But Hart was nowhere near there and allowed Torres to get on the end of it and calmly finish it. And you got to ask yourself, has Jose Mourinho worked his magic and got Torres back to his best? If he does, then if Torres is back at his best, that could clinch the title for Chelsea, because Torres at his best is one of the best number 9s in the world. So if Jose has done that, then he may have won Chelsea the title. Next game was Swansea versus West Ham. Yet another border. It was 0-0. Not much to say about that. Spurs versus Hull City finished 1-0 to Spurs. Yet another Soldado penalty. I didn't actually get the chance to see any highlights or anything this match, so I don't really know whether it was a penalty or anything. So can't really talk about that match. And the next game, Charlton versus Wigan, I did 1-0 win for Charlton, was 0-0. And I did a CFC match review on that, which was uploaded earlier today. So if you want to hear more about that match, then go and look at that video. Go and look for that video. That's the end of the video, guys. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Cheers.